Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. A little bit of a different video. You might be wondering, hey, this isn't your desk. I don't see Showdown on the screen. I don't see a switch on the screen. What's going on? And that's because today we've got a little bit of something different. Uh, I want to feature this team because I'm taking this team to a local in 11 hours. And I thought it would be really fun to kind of showcase that process, but I can't showcase the team on ladder. And you will see why in just a moment. But basically, I thought it would be fun little like documenting kind of the, you know, the what how little goes into basically just showing up to a local because you know I think, for someone who's newer to the game, right, it could be like a little intimidating, but it really doesn't take much. You just, grab your Switch and, fill out a sheet and just show up and just have a good time. I have no idea how much I'm going to vlog throughout the course of the day. I'm heading into Boston really early today because I'm going to be hanging out with a friend throughout the day. Just hanging out, getting some work done. He's working remotely while he's in town, and I figured, you know what? The last chance I get to see you before you head back to the mountains. So, just hang out with him throughout the day. I'll probably vlog a little bit, like, the team prep and stuff. If he wants to, give his thoughts on the team, you might see those. And yeah, and then we'll head to the store tonight and have some fun. For now, we have to prep the team. And the way I usually go about this, let's see if I can set up this tripod in a somewhat useful position for you guys to see what I'm doing. See, this will hold for now. The problem is the second I move, this kind of works actually. This kind of works. So, the way I usually do this is I built this team on my computer, on my PC, and now I've got to basically create a team sheet for it. So, team list, and I'm gonna bring the laptop close to me so I can see. Team list generator, here it is. So, there's this really helpful tool. I don't know if this is gonna make it into, if I'm gonna remember. If I do remember, this will be linked in the description. So, the easy way to prep for tournament so that you're not filling out a piece of paper and stressing the moment before. You have your paste, you have your thing in Showdown, and you're like, oh yeah, I like this team, I like the way it plays, Make sure all of the levels and stuff are what there actually are in game. For me, this is gonna be a little bit of an in-between because I haven't fully built the team in game yet. I'm gonna do that over the course of the day. But if you take your paste and you throw it into this nice tool, and you fill out all your other information. So, player name, trainer name in-game, battle team number/name. I'm going to leave that blank because I don't have that done right now. Switch profile name, my player ID, which I don't actually remember off the top of my head. So to find that, I go to my Play Pokemon page, or my Pokemon Trainer Club page, right? And I log in. You're gonna notice me zooming in my computer a lot because I am blind. And over here, right, if you have your Play Pokemon account set up, and you don't be a dummy and just click on the thing, you'll have your player ID. So mine is what? 3856278. 3856278. There we go. And my date of birth. I have no idea if I include slashes here. I think I do. Okay. Anyways, so this tool is really nice because it just lets you, basically, you pick your language and you pick whether you want to generate the open list or the closed list, and you put in the paste. So I want to generate the open team list. I click generate, right? And it gives me a nice PDF. And on this PDF, I I'll close this now. All right, it has all the info. So this is the sheet that you'll give your opponents. All right, I'll fill in the in-game team name, but it has all the information, and it has everything about your team. Right, your terra types, your ability, your held item, and all your moves. So rather than filling out, you could also just print out the blank sheets. They have them on the Pokemon website, and you can just fill them out. So I'm gonna go ahead and print these and take these with me, partly because I'm also gonna print out my paste, because I'd like to have my phone free so I can record stuff while I build this team on the train, because that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. So yeah, here, I think you guys can see me. I think I'm in frame. But yeah, so that's basically, all you need. You need your team in game, and you just need to fill out the sheet with all the info. And if you're like me and you make teams on Showdown, there are tools to make that really easy for you. And that's it. That's all you really need for a tournament. Since this is a small local, right? You don't need to really prepare for a long day, right? You don't need snacks. You don't need anything like that, right? This is just a couple hours at the game store, hang out, have fun. So yeah, I'm gonna print those sheets out. I'm gonna prep my bag because I'm spending the whole day out in the city. And yeah, I'm probably gonna see you guys on the train. In case y'all are curious, here's a little what's in my bag, what goes in kind of deal. All right. Today I have a lot more than I usually do, because I usually never bring a battery pack, but I'm bringing that for my phone because I don't know how much footage I'm getting, and I might need that, right? And I also usually never bring my laptop, because usually by the day I'm heading out to a event, I know what my team is, I have it locked, and I print all my stuff ahead of time. I only printed out the pastes because I'm gonna be still building the team in game. Usually it's just the team sheets, all right? And I'm gonna throw it in my bag because I use this bag for tournaments, but probably not gonna use it today. Notebook is really handy. Learn how to take notes during your matches. It's helpful. And then Switch, wired headphones, massive key if you're like me and need some tunes to lock in game, right? And of course, water bottle, gotta hydrate, right? But it's not much you need. Realistically, for tournaments, I'm only ever bringing Switch, notebook, and team sheets, right? And of course a charger. I am reckless and use my phone charger on the go for my Switch. Technically you should bring the Switch adapter, but every time I do that it reboots my PC because my outlet's broken. And yeah, that's basically all you need. So usually for an MSS or a PC, right, any longer local, right, where I'm gonna be there the whole day, it's Switch, notebook, team sheets, charger, and then snacks. Bring snacks. And or lunch, depending on whether the venue's bringing lunch. But yeah, just a little messenger bag. Gonna throw all this in, and then deal with my hair and stuff, and I'll be good to go. Hey folks, welcome back to the... Why am I doing an intro? This isn't the start of the video. Yeah, so, I forgot to vlog at the actual event. And by I forgot to vlog, I mean I was nervous and I was shy and I did not vlog. And then I ended up taking a super late train on the way back, and was just too tired to, record anything after the event. But you know what? It's all good because it was a fun time. Kind of wanted to share with you guys the team that I use. I'm doing this in Showdown instead of on Cart because I ended up on stream round 1. It was fun. But yeah, and by ended up on stream, I mean just the game itself was streamed. It's small, local, nothing crazy. Yeah, so the team I used was interesting because I just kind of went, okay, I'm gonna err on the side of caution. I didn't know what was or wasn't gonna be legal. I didn't know if it was just Duraludon that was gonna be banned, or if it was everything that was gonna be like all like the Smogon Little Cup ban list. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna err on the side of caution. I looked through like the Smogon Pokemon, and I was like, I could use these. This is Talonflame at home, aka Fletchling, and it does exactly what Talonflame does. You've got Gale Wings for Tailwind. I ended up clicking a lot of priority dual wing beats, which was pleasantly surprising. I just didn't want to take the chip from Brave Bird, so I didn't want to take the chip from Brave Bird, and your Sash doesn't always activate, so dual wing beat was the next best physical stab option. Flying types struggle for physical stab. And then Sunny Day to try and do something later in the team that you'll see, and Protect. And then I went, okay, I have fast Pokemon. Let me just use strong attackers. CRANIDOS, if we sort by attack stat, has the highest physical attack stat. And Glimmet, if we sort by special attack stat, has the highest special attack stat. I believe there are a couple of banned Pokemon on Smogon that do reach like a similar special attack stat to Glimmet. I believe Ghastly's up there. There are other strong physical attackers like Scyther and Sneasel and stuff. But I was like, you know what? Sheer Force, Life Orb, Rock Slide, go Burr. Power Herb, Meteor Beam on high special attack to go Burr. So that was basically like the foundation of the team. I was just like, you know what? For once, I just want to click buttons and do damage. And then I was like, all right, let me throw an Eviolite on someone chunky. Hippopotas is chunky. I held back. I should have gone with the full stall set of Sandtomb, Yawn, Slack Off, Protect. But I was like, I don't want to be a Sweat. I should have been a Sweat. It would have been annoying, but I could have had the Slack Off on there. Sandtomb. I landed some Sandtombs, which was cool. I think, did I miss one? I don't remember if I missed a Sandtomb or not. Didn't get as many Yawns off. I think this kind of Hippopotas build, this kind of just general stall build of like Sandtomb trapping things, I think works better when you have a different Yawn user or like a different Spore user, right? I'm thinking specifically the team. I haven't watched, the most recent episodes, but to this point, JB Boyd's been like uploading his EUIC prep, and the initial thought of his team was Gastrodon Yawn next to Magmastorm Heatran. And it was like, I think something similar could work, and just be annoying. And I mean, Eviolite Hippopotas with full investment in its bulk, this thing lives a surprising number of hits. I think this thing, what did this thing live? This thing lived some things it definitely had no business living. It lived like some super effective hits off strong attackers, because it's just Hippopotas. It's just built different. Mousehold was added to the team. I was like, maybe under Tailwind, if I have a speed advantage, I can click Pop Bomb. I never got to click Pop Bomb. It was sad. I clicked Encore in one game, but I didn't realize, I didn't know my speed tiers. I didn't realize that, who was the attacker? I think it was Hisuian's. It might have been in this. Actually, no, I'm going to save that note because I think it comes up in this set. I think I clicked Encore in this first set, because I remember sitting at the stream table doing that. And then the last thing was Phantom. I was just at a loss for the 6th mon, and I was like, oh, Phantom does some funny things. It gets Poltergeist, right? It's got a decent physical attack stat, so Poltergeist could do some damage. I never got to click it. And then also, like, Trick Room, Curse Shenanigans, Harvest Citrus Berry in the Sun, right? That was like a thought that was kind of there. All in all, this was just, I literally spent like 3 times as long building this on the train. And afterwards, after I got off the train too, I was at a friend's place and I had to finish up some movesets, I believe. But yeah, I spent like 3 times as long actually building this in game as I did on Showdown. I literally I think I optimized the spreads a little bit on my phone. But beyond that, it was just all right, damage, weird funky stuff, done. That was the team. Had empty, just vibes. And I went into the local expecting, oh yeah, it's gonna be a nice chill time. Not too many people. I don't know if you can see this at the very bottom. Yeah, 14 players, 14 whole people showed up. It was it was a lot of familiar faces. It was nice to get to catch up with people. And we were just around playing Little Cup, and the vibes. Before we get into this match, let me just talk about the event itself. The vibes, immaculate. Apparently this is a thing that they've been running at the end of every regulation, so look for another one of these. Maybe I'll vlog a little bit more. Is it August or September when Reg G ends? I believe it's August. I could be wrong. Yeah, look forward to another one of these then, because I'm definitely going to the next one. Vibes, immaculate. Everyone's just goofing around. Everyone's having a good time. This was the day of the first wave of NAIC registration, and that was the most stressed that the room was. We took a little break in the middle of round one, and we were just all right, let's let people register for NAIC. I think a couple people who were in the room got in wave one. I believe most people who wanted to attend got in wave two, so that was cool. But yeah, fun time, fun vibes. And we get the pairings for round one, and Tom Skeleton, the TO, shout out to him. He's been a TO in Massachusetts for a hot minute now, doing some good work. He was like, hey, Ethan versus Muhammad, you're the stream matchup. And I was like, oh, cool. And this is the moment when I realized, oh, I'm at a slight disadvantage. Because if we look, by a slight disadvantage, I mean I handicapped myself. I put the training weights on for this local because Sneasel is banned in Little Cup, Scyther is banned in Little Cup, Murkrow is banned in Little Cup. Is Basculin banned in Little Cup? Mischievous definitely is. Is Basculin banned? Hold on, let's find out. Yep, Basculin. So yeah, Sneasel banned, Scyther banned, Murkrow banned, Basculin banned, Mischievous banned. The only legal mod was the only Smogon legal. Oh wait, no, that's Foo. Sorry. Yep, Fungus. Yep, Fungus was the only mod on the team where it's oh, this is actually Smogon legal. And I was oh, we're not playing Smogon Little Cup. Okay. So a little bit of a challenge, but I think there were ways where this matchup was winnable. I'm gonna let this ride as I ramble on here, because we hop into team preview, we're looking at each other's sheets, and Ethan immediately knows that he's got really good lines into my team. I think he locked in fairly quickly here, game one. Right, I think his only thing was, am I leading, who am I leading of these four? He just brought the first four. And I'm looking at his team and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what can I do against this? Because he had a lot of tools to stop a lot of what I wanted to do. I knew Fletchling outsped Murkrow, but I could get Prankster taunted if I didn't play my cards right. I didn't know whether I wanted to go Tailwind or Trick Room, but I figured I needed to do one of those just to hit the gas and move, right? So I think I ended up settling on the Trick Room mode. Let me fast forward a little bit. Yeah, we'll see what... This is going to be me, half remembering the set as we go. Because I didn't go in with, a notebook or anything. I was you know what? I'm just here to have fun. I literally was just walking around with my Switch, my team sheet, and my water bottle, and I was let's ride. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna throw the chat up. I'm not gonna be looking at the chat probably, but if anything funny happened in the chat, right? If people were watching. Yeah. So we got into game one, and I was already all right, this team is a little underpowered, but I have some huge damage on my side of the field. I think I could maybe make something happen. Okay, so I led the fast mode. I led Fletchling plus CRANIDOS. And I saw no Murkrow on lead. So I was oh, maybe I can get a, Protect, Terra Bug. I think my play was Protect, Terra Bug. I was hoping basically that Ethan would look into the CRANIDOS, and then I could get Tailwind up turn 2. Was basically my thought. And
You can see Ethan locked in real quick. He knew exactly what he wanted to do here because he knew he just had a way to just immediately deny me my Tailwind. Which, honestly, this is pretty cool. It's like, these are Pokemon that get, like, kind of the same tools, but because the power level is so much lower, right, you can, like, actually use them. So, yeah, my play here was, you know, Protect. I had the Terra Bug on CRANIDOS, which was an interesting pick. You see how much the Fate did from Sneasel, and that's it. There goes Fletchling. Yeah, the second the Fate came out, I knew exactly what was happening there. Not much I could have done. Also, the Feint is nice because it's +2 priority, so it breaks my Gale Wings. But look at the Terra Bug CRANIDOS damage. It is stupid. It is absolutely stupid damage. It was, yeah. So like, once I saw Basculin get O-Code, I was like, you know what? I feel okay. This is a trade that I can maybe make worth. Scyther comes out. One, this is supposed to be Little Cup. Why is Scyther that large? And I bring up Phantom because I brought both speed controls, basically, like, you know, kind of hedging my bets game one, kind of feeling out what Ethan wanted to do. But the second I saw that I was Terra Bug and I had Terra Bug, CRANIDOS, and Phantom out against Scyther, I was like, okay, so we're just cooked here. Yeah. I don't remember the exact play I made here, but in this position, I was just like, okay, let me just try to, like, you know, preserve something and see if I can, you know, if I can get to a point where I can get a speed advantage with CRANIDOS, I felt good. So I think I tried to set up Trick Room here, is what I tried to do. Yeah, because my last was Hippowdon, so I was like, CRANIDOS is my only damage dealer left. Let me see if I can, like, you know, start whittling the team away. And, you know, hope Phantom can live a hit. Spoiler alert. No. No. Light spoiler alert, but I mean, Phantom, its bulk is nothing crazy. So the second Phantom gets targeted down, it's cooked. Luckily, the attack goes into, you know, the CRANIDOS slot, right? And here, I forget what I clicked. What did I click with Phantom? I did click Trick Room. Yeah. Okay. So I was like, I got a speed advantage. Maybe I could work with this, right? But the problem is now, again, I have a very passive 2 on the field, right? Hippopotas doesn't really do much. I'm threatening Body Press into Scyther, which will KO it. But beyond that, I'm like, all right, I don't have much going here. Yeah, so, and I basically got into the over-prediction game here of, okay, well, Ethan knows that I can Body Press Scyther, and then, you know, CRANIDOS is looking good. But then, if Ethan protects, and I Body Press into the Protect, right, you know, I'm losing some momentum here, right? The Trick Room is, like, my one opportunity to kind of step on the gas. And then also, I forgot Murkrow got Quash. Quash really just ruined a lot of what I wanted to do. I tried calling the Protect from Scyther. Did not pan out. And yeah, Phantom doesn't even live one of the dual wing beats. This is Life Orb. I believe it's Life Orb Scyther, right? Yeah, this is Life Orb Scyther in a Little Cup format. It's strong. Phantom was definitely like the weak link of this team for sure. But the good news for me was, okay, now I've got, you know, I've got CRANIDOS out. I've got Hippopotas out. I'm feeling good. But then once again, the problem is Murkrow Quash, right? Murkrow could just click Quash into things, and I lose all my speed advantage. So I forget the play Ethan makes here, but here I'm just like, I just kind of have to go and hope. I was like, all right, if he protects Scyther, it's cool. That means I get a free attack with CRANIDOS. CRANIDOS can get some damage down. I did miss a Rock Slide. I thought I didn't miss a Rock Slide all day, but no, I missed a Rock Slide turn 1 on Sneasel. Yeah, so we just sit there with some Protects and, or rather, the Scyther sits there with the Protect, right? I Body Press into it, and I just click Rock Slide. Because I'm just like, you know what? Or no, I protected CRANIDOS, and I tried to catch the Scyther, is what I did. I'm half watching. This is not good content. But yeah, like from this point, right? Like Ethan can control the board. He can, you know, Murkrow's got good speed control. The one saving grace I have here is, you know, the Scyther slot is wide open, but also I do not have enough turns to really take advantage, right? So, yeah. Because at this point, I believe it's 2 turns left to Trick Room, right? Even if I pick up a double KO on this turn, protect, you're out of Trick Room, and now the game's looking shaky. If I had recovery options on Hippopotas, I think this match and all of my matches could have gone very differently. But yeah, not having a healing option on Hippopotas is tough. But yeah, look at Hippopotas. It lives everything. That is a close combat from a Sneasel. I was already under half health. And I think in the chat too, they were like, wait, why does it live so much, right? I know there was other people running Hippopotas, and like Eviolite Hippopotas just lives a stupid amount of moves. I was running Eviolite. There were people running like, you know, Citrus Berry, lefties, etc., etc. But yeah, at this point, right, you can just protect your way out of Trick Room. Not much I could really do in this position. We played this out because, I mean, it's Little Cup. I wanted to just play every game out as far as I could. The Fate comes out, it gets priority, right? Hippopotas drops. Not much I really could have done. I think I was looking to like maybe send a Sand Tomb. But yeah. I figured Scyther would protect, and I was like, maybe if Hippopotas lives the turn, I have it out, but it was tough though. So, yeah, and now, you know, Trick Room's over. Scyther just beats CRANIDOS every single time. I just kind of let it happen. Or maybe I forfeited here. I don't know. But yeah, either way, this game was basically over. Yeah, and at this point, like, I was thinking through, is there an out? And I was like, nah, there's no out. And so I kind of start looking ahead towards game 2, where I'm like, okay, Murkrow and Sneasel, the set that they were running really gave me problems, right? Murkrow has Quash. I don't know how my team really deals well with that. And Sneasel, the combination of Feint and Fake Out is like really good for a support Pokemon, right? It's like almost like a little Mienshao at home, right? Mienshao is going to be popping up a lot now that we're going into Reg G, because it gets like, you know, Feint, Wide Guard, and Fake Out, which are all fantastic support moves. But yeah, the combination of Feint and Fake Out basically means I can't get a Tailwind up safely. Murkrow's Quash makes dealing with the I'm gonna skip ahead here, but Murkrow's Quash makes, you know, any form of speed control I have kind of irrelevant in a way. So basically game 2, I just come in and I'm just like, all right, let me see if I can find some answers. Maybe if I could just deal a lot of damage really quickly, right? You know, maybe that's a way to go, but you know, in a way I was already like, you know what, I'm maybe a little overmatched here. So I come out with this Trick Room lead of basically like, all right, I'm putting crazy offensive pressure with Glimmet right now, right? Meteor Beam with the Power Herb, right? I can just pick up a KO here basically if I want to. And maybe that pressure can, you know, allow Phantom to get a Trick Room up. It was kind of my thinking. Or I think maybe I went Horn Leech into Basculin. I'm not sure. But either way, I knew they had to respect the Glimmet, which allowed me to, you know, bring someone in to eat the hit. Mousehold in this case was the sacrifice. And basically the whole idea of this turn was like, can I get Trick Room up? Because I underspeed this entire team, and if I get Trick Room up, I can just kind of win. Basculin Terra'd to... I don't know why Basculin Terra'd, to be honest. I think just to not be weak to Horn Leech. And basically I was like, I can't protect safely in front of Sneasel, so like, if I want to preserve a Glimmet, someone else has to eat the hit. And, you know, the attacks were split well, and really not much I could have done here. Just in general, I think my team was lacking some resources. But now, once again, I've got some good offensive pressure out there, right? Pop Bomb is a little scary for that non-ghost slot, right? And at this point, we're just in the mind game of, okay, where are we each targeting our attacks? Because I still have my Terra. I can Terra Grass my Glimmet, right? And I can live a Wave Crash. And so, Mouse Hole, and yep, this is the turn. So, in my mind, right, this is where not knowing your speed tiers comes back to bite you. So, this is the field, right? Mouse Hole just ate a feint on switching. And I thought, oh, Mouse Hole definitely outspeeds Sneasel, because in my mind, I was like, chances are, right, Sneasel's not running that much speed, right? It's a Little Cup format. You don't need that much speed. So in my mind, y'all can't see my cursor, I realized. Yeah. In my mind, I'm like, all right, Mouse Hold outspeeds Sneasel. I can encore this Sneasel into feint. And if I encore the Sneasel into feint, now the damage is, minuscule. There's not much damage coming out. It's stuck into using feint, and I'll force it off the field, basically, and I'll have room to do what I want to do. As you can see, this is not how the turn goes at all. I think I do end up tearing Glimmet just to be safe. I don't end up tearing Glimmet, so I just lose Glimmet. Yeah, you can see even in post, I'm like, wow, there were so many different plays I could have made. But I was kind of rattled at this point. So I lose Glimmet for absolutely no reason. I don't think I needed to lose Glimmet there. And then... And at this point, I look up across the table at Ethan, and we just make eye contact, and I just went, uh-oh. And this was the first moment of the day where I was just like, all right, you know what? It's a goofy little tournament. We're just having fun with this. Yeah, even Tom was sitting next to us, and he just went, oh no. And I was like, yeah, oh no, we're in trouble, because this Sneasel's locked into close combat. Those are both it's super effective into both of them. So, and I can only tear away the weakness from one. So yeah, at this point it was like, all right, this is kind of cooked. That was a little bit of a blunder, not knowing my speed tiers. But I mean, also it's Little Cup. Who knows their speed tiers in Little Cup? To be fair, a lot of the guys there, right? A lot of the folks there, they've been playing Little Cup now, like, it's been like every few months they play, and like, a meta kind of starts to develop, and you start learning certain calcs. And this is one of those things where, like, yeah, I will never again in my life forget that tandem mouse underspeed Sneasel, right? Like, it doesn't take much speed investment for Sneasel to outspeed tandem mouse. Sneasel is just that fast, right? So yeah, I basically called this close combat into the mouse hold slot, and at this point it's kind of just doomed. Yeah, the close combat goes in, and I'm basically just like, all right, I need the mother of all, like, crits here. And even then, it's not enough to, no, a crit would have actually, hold on, let's do some quick math. I think at this point, I was just kind of playing the crit game. So, Sneasel has 162 HP, right? I did 112 damage. Crits are 1.5 times. Oh, sorry. Did not mean to zoom. Yeah. My out there was a rock, like, basically called to protect, right? And get a rock slide crit. And I got half of it. A rock slide crit would have KO'd Sneasel, and I think that would have completely turned this game on its head. Right. Even though, I was down 2-4, like, I think, Terra... Well, there was also Scyther, and the second I saw Scyther, I was like, okay, even a rock slide crit, I don't think it would have saved me. But yeah. So yeah, this first set, basically everything that could go wrong kind of did go wrong. The matchup was horrendous for me. There really wasn't much I could have done. But all in all, it was fun, right? I was like, all right. Like, I got up from, like, at this point, like, I knew the game was, like, kind of over, and I was, like, thinking through, like, do I have any possible outs? There wasn't much. I was like, I'm gonna lose mouse hold here regardless. Basically, it's like, all right, maybe they double into CRANIDOS for some reason, and they throw, but no one throws. No one throws this position. Yeah. So I was also just curious to see if from full HP, dual wing beat was a one-hit KO. And I mean, I was also just playing for like dual wing beat misses, because dual wing beat is 90% accuracy, so like you never know, right? But yeah, I knew the game was kind of cooked. There wasn't really much I could have done. If that dual wing beat misses and, you know, I pick up a KO, there's maybe a world, but like not much. So yeah, that at this point I was like, yeah, all right, GG's, and I was like, you know, people in the room like starting to think about NAIC sign up at this point, because I think by the time this set finished, it was close to like 750-ish. So like people were kind of like starting to look at the clock and all that. Maybe even it's like 7:55. And the signups or the registration opened at 8. So yeah, there was people were kind of just starting to look at the clock, and I was like, all right, whatever. So that was the first set. I ended up finishing 1-3 on the day with the team, which I was pretty happy about. And Ethan ended up winning the whole thing, if I'm not mistaken, right? Hold on, let me fact check myself in real time here. Yes, Ethan did end up winning the whole thing. So that was cool. I ended up going 1-3, but I lost to the people who finished first and second. Oh wait, yeah, first and second. Oh my god, I just looked. Yeah, which I think is incredibly goofy. Considering, you know, this team was like very underpowered and everything, I was like, you know what, I'll take it. It was a fun time. Really fun, goofy little event. I'll definitely be at the next one. I might vlog a little bit more of the next one if that's something y'all are interested in. But yeah, I think this is where this video is gonna wrap. I'm gonna have a fun time in post trying to make something of this. But yeah, let me know if you like this. Let me know if you enjoyed. Easiest way to do that is with one of these thumbs up things. But also, you know, comments would be cool. Just hit that the comment section and say, hey, I like this, or hey, I hated this, or hey, you suck at filming, or hey, you're great at filming. Any all feedback's great. But yeah, goofy little deal, fun time. I know that at least the competitive season is like more or less kind of coming to a halt now, because NAIC is at the start of June and there are no official like points earning events after NAIC. So like that's like the cutoff for like earning points towards Worlds, which I think is good this year. It gives people a chance to, you know, take a little bit of a break, decompress, and like really focus on preparing for Worlds, especially knowing the format going in. So if there's one thing that Play Pokemon got right this year, it was basically saying, hey, NAIC is the last chance to get your invite, and letting people know well ahead of time, like, hey, if you need to grind points, do it before NAIC. So yeah, with that, the whole point of that is, you know, from June until Worlds, which is mid-August, right? That whole stretch of time this summer, if there are locals happening, they're gonna be like more like just for fun events, right? Like whether they're, you know, practice, prepping for Worlds, or like, I've heard some TOs, like, you know, in various parts of the country are like thinking, oh yeah, like maybe like this is when we run like fun, goofy little formats, like Little Cup, like Chaos Cup, like all these like fun little things. So if you've never tried competitive, I would definitely, and if you've never been to a local before, but you're like interested in competitive, I would definitely recommend, like, you know, seeing what's in your area. Plenty of resources out there to help you find out what's in your area. But yeah, see what's in your area, go to an event. It's a fun time. I'll, you know, if this video doesn't convince you guys, maybe I'll do like a more robust vlog to that next one. Anyways, that is my outro ramble, because Lord knows I cannot do an unscripted video for my life and keep it concise and clean and, you know, coherent are the words I'm looking for. Wow, those were that was a little relation there. I'm a fan. Anyways, thank you for watching as always, and until next time, folks. Take care.